Now, a lot of times it's asked that what is in a name, but looking at the politics that's unraveling right from Uttar Pradesh to Himachal Pradesh, we are forced to ask that what's in a nameplate. Now, the Himachal minister, Vikramaditya Singh's decision to follow the Yogi model of having eateries and shops display the names of their owners outside their shops in Himachal Pradesh seems to have triggered a lot of angry reactions from the Congress and the parties in the India bloc, while Vikramaditya Singh has defended the decision as one to maintain internal security, he says, in the state. Senior Congress leader and former Chhattisgarh Deputy Chief Minister T.S. Singhdev has called this move, quote-unquote, condemnable. He's also been quoted as saying that if the Himachal government does implement a similar decision, he says questions will obviously be asked whether this deserves to remain in power or not. He's talking of the Himachal government. First up, exactly what Yogi Adityanath said while implementing the nameplate rule, and then listen into how the Himachal minister Vikramaditya followed it up.
गोरखपुर के जो लोग बाहर काम करते हैं या पूर्वी उत्तर प्रदेश के जो लोग बाहर काम करते हैं, आखिर उनकी भी तो इच्छा होगी कि उन्हीं के घर में उनको सुविधा प्राप्त हो। और अच्छा है, यहाँ पे जो मिलेगा कम से कम वो हापुड़ वाला जूस तो नहीं मिलेगा ना, या थोक लगा करके वे रोटियां तो नहीं मिलेंगी, या तो शुद्ध मिलेगा, जो भी मिलेगा।
जो है हमको दोनों तरीके से हाइजीनिक रूप से भी उसके ऊपर जो है एक्शन होना चाहिए, क्योंकि सफाई वाला खाना बिकना चाहिए। उसके लिए जो फूड एंड सिविल सप्लाईज के डिपार्टमेंट के लोग हैं वो उसके ऊपर देखेंगे। और जिस तरीके से उत्तर प्रदेश में भी वहाँ पर भी जो रेडी फड़ी वाले हैं, खास करके उनके लिए ये मैंडेटरी किया गया है कि वहाँ पर जो है आपको अपना उसमें नाम और आईडी लगाना होगा। तो हमने भी इसको यहाँ पर पूरी मजबूती से लागू करने का निर्णय किया है।
So you've heard both these reactions that explain the entire story also to us. But remember, a lot in the Congress are not happy with what has happened so far in Himachal. And one of them is T.S. Singhdev, the former Deputy Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. He's joining us right now, sir. Good evening and thank you for speaking to us as we continue to track that story. Now, Mr. Singhdev, it's been, condemned. The Congress government has been called out for whatever has happened as far as the story from Himachal is concerned. And even as, you've spoken on the entire issue and you've said that this is condemnable, this government does not deserve to stay there. And many say that this is similar to the order that the UP government has also, just released. In an interview, in fact, you said that the decision is something that is obviously not with the ethos of the Congress party, and people are saying that why is the Congress then quiet? Why is the Congress not, taking any action? Also, the Vikramaditya, his own theory is that the decision is based on a High Court directive. Do you still continue, sir, to stick to your views?
I don't remember if I said something so extreme. And for me, it is not Yogi not doing something or a Congress government doing something. It is a policy which is being taken out by a particular government with which I agree or disagree. I do not disagree with everything that a BJP government may do. I do not disagree with everything that a Congress government would do. I do not agree with everything that every Congress government would do. I do not agree with everything that a BJP government would do. And that would apply to other governments, other party governments. If there is a policy which I feel I am in agreement with, I state that. If I am asked, and if I am asked regarding a policy in which I do not find myself agreeing, I state that. Government being there or not government being there, that is an extreme view.
And even as you say this, sir, the Congress party, many would say, is divided over the entire issue. Is that right? Now, you could have actually directly spoken to Vikramaditya, expressed your reservation. Did you, express these strong views about the Himachal government's nameplate norm, because you have the Congress High Command's backing? Are they supporting you?
I was thinking of calling Bhayu. We call him Bhayu. That is another form of Bhai, Bhaiya. So I was thinking today I'll give him a call and I'll talk to him. I haven't done so, but since you have also suggested this, I will definitely give him a call and I'll ask him to reconsider, because I see any reason why something that can easily be seen to be and actually is and can be discriminatory and which can affect the business of that establishment negatively, We don't have any reason why we should do that. And as far as the Congress High Command is concerned, the minute they say no, what the Himachal government has done is right, then as a Congress person, I would keep shut. I would keep mum, though my views will not change.
Okay, you say your views will not change. Now, many would say that, are you being critical because Vikramaditya's comments? Because many say that he's actually quoted the Yogi model. So is that the real problem, the real discomfort?
I don't know whether they are following the footsteps of Yogi Adityanath, but I do not agree with this policy decision.
Okay, having said that, T.S. Singh Diosa, it is also right to politicize a decision that is pro-consumer, because many say that this is the only way to ensure that there is food safety, there is public health, we are able to keep check contamination and adulteration.
Where it is a matter of food security, they are covered if they are vendors under the Vendors Act. And every such individual tokens which are nailed onto their cart or wherever they are doing temporary business, and they are already identified people, their names, etc., their addresses, their Aadhaar cards or any other identity required is already there with the local body. If you are a shop person, if it is an establishment, then under the Shop and Establishment Act, you are issued a license where you are permitted to run that establishment. And again, you are identified either a firm or an individual, which is on record with the local body. So as far as regulation is concerned, you already have mechanisms in place. If I'm selling Haldiram's products, why should my name, T.S. Singhdeo, need to be displayed? Haldiram should be displayed. If I'm selling Levi jeans, then the product that I am selling, Levi's, that should be advertised on my shop. Why should T.S. Singhdeo be advertised? T.S. Singhdeo is not on sale. It is either Haldiram or Levi's or Cottons or Fab India or any other product that we might think about. So why a name? And that too particularly in these times, minority names. Why? We are all citizens of the country. The constitution does not recognize any sect. It does not recognize any region. It does not recognize any other individual, but the citizen of the country.
All right. So you say that in all fairness, this is not an order that should belong to a Congress party, and this is the state of Himachal, sir. Thank you so much for speaking to us here on Times Now. We'll continue to track that story. And let's take the story ahead now. Remember, sources say that the Congress High Command is already upset with Vikramaditya Singh for backing the nameplate norm and for also stirring what many are saying is an insider versus the outsider debate. Top sources say that Vikramaditya Singh has already been reprimanded by the Congress leadership. They've also advised the Chief Minister on the same issue. And sources also say the Chief Minister and Minister Vikramaditya Singh have already clarified to the top brass that the nameplate decision has been taken only to regularize street vendors because the economy of Himachal, they say, is tourism based, and this has been a long-standing demand. Now, the Congress leadership already has directed the state government that any decision should be in accordance with law, and special care should also be taken that it does not cause any harassment to anyone. Now, the Congress and its leaders, remember, are particularly upset with Vikramaditya Singh for publicly saying that Himachal will have a similar rule like the state of Uttar Pradesh. This is what he said yesterday. Now, Vikramaditya Singh, who yesterday had quoted the Yogi model, has now been forced to backtrack in just the last few hours.
ये यूपी से इसका कोई लेना देना नहीं है।
ये आपने ही कहा
यूपी उस दिन उन्होंने पूछा, मेरे से मीडिया ने उस दिन पूछा तो उन्होंने ये कहा कि वहां पर भी बनी है, मगर उसका हिमाचल इज अ सेपरेट स्टेट। हिमाचल का यूपी से कोई लेना देना नहीं है। मे बी आई वॉज मिसकोटेड ओनली एज फार एज यूपी इज कंसर्न। यूपी का अपना सिस्टम है, अपना राज्य है, अपने मुख्यमंत्री है। हमको हिमाचल प्रदेश अपना राज्य है, हिमाचल के अलग मसले हैं, मगर आई एम अगेन रीइटरेटिंग द फैक्ट दैट एनीबडी फ्रॉम एनी पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री कैन कम इन हिमाचल प्रदेश सीकिंग एम्प्लॉयमेंट और सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट।
So remember, it's not just the Congress party that has a problem with what you've heard from the Himachal Pradesh's Minister Vikramaditya Singh, but a lot of Congress's own allies, including the National Conference, have a big and a serious problem. Now, this is the NC leader. His name is Imran Nabi Dar, who's quoted the minister on social media, and he's asked that if the insider versus outsider is being casually raised. He says this will further marginalize the Muslim community. He's also asked that, is Rahul Gandhi aware of this action by the Congress? Listen in now to what Vikramaditya Singh had said about the outsiders. Then we play out more political responses.
लॉ एंड ऑर्डर है उसको भी चेक रखना है और साथ साथ जो हाइजीन के इश्यूज आते हैं, क्योंकि ईटरीज जब चलती हैं तो इन सब चीज़ों को भी ध्यान में रखने की आवश्यकता है। इसलिए जो है हाईकोर्ट ने भी इस चीज़ पे चिंता व्यक्त करी है और पीछे हमने जो बैठक करी है उसमें ये कहा है कि इसके लिए जो है वो आइडेंटिफिकेशन जो भी वेंडर्स होंगे उनकी करवाई जाएगी। इट इज़ इर्रिस्पेक्टिव कोई हिमाचल का है या हिमाचल के बाहर का है, सबके लिए ये कानून लागू है और ये जो है बराबर हिमाचल प्रदेश में इसको हमें उस दृष्टि से देखने की आवश्यकता है बिकॉज ऑफ द इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी ऑफ हिमाचल प्रदेश एंड द कंसर्न्स।
हिमाचल प्रदेश में यूपी के तर्ज पर किया जा रहा है, ये कहना गलत है। इस सुरक्षा के दृष्टिकोण से हिमाचल में कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार है, तो कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार वहां पर इस तरह का अगर निर्णय ले रही है तो ये अच्छा कदम है, लेकिन ये उत्तर प्रदेश के मॉडल की तुलना हिमाचल प्रदेश से करना उचित नहीं है, क्योंकि वहां पर उत्तर प्रदेश में किसी धर्म विशेष को टारगेट करके किया जा रहा था।
लोक हित में, जनहित में, समाज की समरसता के हित में ये निर्णय जो लिया गया उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार के द्वारा, उसका स्वागत हिमाचल के द्वारा करने का काम किया गया। इसका मतलब साफ है कि हमारे लिए गए निर्णय लोक हित में, जनहित में और राष्ट्र हित में होते हैं। ये इससे सिद्ध हो गया है कि हिमाचल की सरकार ने भी हमारे निर्णय को स्वीकारता देने का काम किया।